Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether, guys. All right. If you met a girl, and you met some girl, right, and she's been in multiple relationship, right, you gotta ask the question: what was the reason why her former relationship didn't work out, right? And you gotta ask the question: how many relationship has she been into before she met you, right? If she had multiple partners, multiple relationship, now it raises some red flags, all right? Like, why did her relationship work out? Why did the men before you that she met did not work out? Why? There's got to be some pattern. You got to follow some patterns, right? You got to notice some pattern. Like, why didn't these other four or three men, whatever, how many men she's been with before she met you, why didn't they work out with her, right? Like, why is that? I mean, maybe it could be hers. Maybe she's was the reason why it didn't work out, right? That's why you gotta vet all these women, know all her past, know all her history. And now I understand that there's some stuff they might be reluctant to release everything. If they're reluctant to tell you the truth on everything, that's a red flag as well, right? But there's a red flag when she's been to multiple failed relationships. That should give you a signal that if she been in multiple failed relationship, what does that mean for her as a person? Who to say that you're not gonna be in a failed relationship with her, right? This is why you gotta be on guard. Like, if she have a lot of multiple partners, a lot of boyfriends in her past, that's like a red flag. Like, okay, why didn't these boyfriends commit to her, right? There gotta be a reason why, right? If she's reluctant to give you the answer, that's a red flag as well, right? Why didn't your relationship work? Right? And not only that, you gotta hear from both sides of the party. You just gotta take her side of the story, right? Because women are capable of lying as well, right? So I'm not suggesting you go to as extreme as like the contacting your former boyfriend, but you shouldn't just take one side. You shouldn't just take her side, right? This is why it's optimal for you to find a woman who have less partner as possible, who have the fewest partners as possible, right? If she have multiple partners, that's a red flag. If she's not right for these other guys in her life, what make you think that she is the perfect one for you, right? What make you think that she's not gonna make a mistake with you as well, right? This is the type of thing that guys need to take into account, right? When you meet a woman, right? If she have a lot of previous histories in her past, right, that's unexplained, that's a red flag, right? There's something wrong. I don't want to say something wrong with her, but you got to face reality. There's got to be something wrong with her. Not not just her past boyfriend. For example, look at Taylor Swift. Right? Why hasn't she found the right person yet? She been on multiple relationships with multiple guys, multiple actors, but she's still single, right? Why hasn't she married yet? Maybe it's not the guy that she dated. Maybe it's her, right? And same goes for every woman who have a lot of partners in their lives, right? Maybe she's not the type of girl that you shouldn't be trying to get into a relationship with, right? Maybe you should stay away from this kind of woman, right? Like women like Taylor Swift, all these women that have high body counts, high partners. You should get away with them, right? That means if they have all these partners, right, they're hard people to commit to. They find it hard for them to be in a committed relationship, right? If they were in a serious committed relationship, they would not take it so easily to move to a next partner. They moving on, right? When people break up, people that's in the right mind, when they break up, right? Especially men, right? When they break up, it's hard for them to overcome. It's hard for them to move on. It takes some time. The type of woman that just break up with you and easily for her to get into a relationship so quick, right? That's a very toxic person to be with. That's a sign that you know that she's not the type of woman for you, right? So before you meet a woman, you gotta vet her correctly. Take some time to vet her, right? And ask her a lot of questions. You should not hesitate to ask her questions because in order to know her history, ask her. I mean, you have to ask her questions. Not just ask her questions. Get to know her friends and ask them questions, Her family member, ask them questions what type of person she is before you ever commit to a woman. Before you ever put a rock on that finger, right? Because you need to know, right, before you sign that marriage agreement, you need to know what type of person she is, what are her history, what type of person is she like, right? Because, if you don't, this will lead to your destructions, lead to your failed relationships. And that's the things that guys do not want to be in. Because guys, when they give up their emotion to a woman, they're very susceptible to broken hearts. They're very susceptible to not recovering properly. When guys give their emotions, right, they're not easily recoverable. It's not easy for them to recuperate, right? So they have to take time to recuperate. So back to my point that if she have a dark history or a history with a high body count, a history with a lot of men, a history if she had like into multiple relationship within a short time frame, that should give you an indication that maybe she's not the right person for you. Because maybe if it doesn't work out with these guys, what makes you think that's gonna work out for you, right? So that's how I view things. If I meet a girl, right, and she said, oh, I have like 5 boyfriends, that should raise the question like, okay, why are you with so many relationships? Why didn't this relationship work out, right? What happened in these relationships? Whose fault was it? And normally, most of the cases, she can blame the boyfriend's fault. It's never her fault, right? In a relationship, women when they're in a relationship with women, a woman when they're in a relationship with a man is never their fault, right? It's always the man's fault for some reason, right? And you need to dig deep down and ask the men's side, right? Like, what was it? Why did your relationship not work out, right? And usually men are more honest with their answer. Oh, she's combative, she's argumentative, right? She doesn't listen, right? And guys that have no problem admitting that kind of fact, they have no reason to lie, right? But a women have every reason to lie because the reason why they lie is their reputation. They don't want to view themselves as a narcissistic, as spoiled, as rotten. They don't want to have all these negative attributes, right? They don't want their reputation to have all these negative connotations. That's why they're more likely to lie to you, more likely to be dishonest, more likely to be disloyal, right? Guys don't care. Guys don't care. Guys are more honest than women, to be honest, right? They're more honest. They're more they don't care what other people think, right? If people think that a guy is narcissist, most guys would just shrug it off. They're like, all right, whatever, right? If most people think that a guy is selfish, most guys would shrug it off. Like, all right, no matter. It doesn't matter. Guys don't care about what other people thinks, right? Guys do not care what other people thinks of him, right? A guy's in his right mindset. They don't care if her girlfriend or people that she told think about him. They don't care about that, right? But women, her reputation is everything. They don't want to seem like they're the bad person, right? They want to perceive that they're innocent. They want to perceive that that they can never do no wrong, right? That's why they're willing to lie to save their reputation, because their reputation is everything to them, right? They don't want to have this bad reputation because it ruined them for the dating market. It ruined their future. That's what they have to rely on is their reputation. If women are known to be a dishonest, a cheater, right? And everybody know that will ruin her chances and capability to get with another man, to branch off to another person's, right? If she's widely known for that, right? Because when a woman is known to be crazy, nobody don't want to be with that. Right? So her reputations are everything. This is why they're more likely to lie to you, right? So if she's will lie to you about how many guys she's been with, how would you know she's being honest later on in your relationship, right? So back to my point that you got to question like her previous past. If she's been in multiple relationships, maybe it's not him, maybe it's her. Always try to understand what's the guy's point of view. Remember, when you're out looking inside, you have to listen to both sides. You just can't listen to one side. Listen only to one side is being imbalanced. And life is not about being imbalanced. Right? You need to listen to both sides to be balanced it out, to understand the clear picture. If you don't listen to both sides, you can never comprehend and get the full story of things. You just can't just take her side of the story, right? Like there's a dispute between your mom and your father. You just can't take your mom's side. You have to listen to the father's side as well to see who's in the wrong, who's in the right. Like a judge, right? Like a judge, they have to listen to both sides to understand who's right and who's wrong. They just can't just be biased to listen to one side, right? And that's basically throughout to your life. You have to listen to both sides. You just can't just fall under the one side, right? You gotta be neutral in certain areas, right? So before she tell you, listen, before you take everything she's telling you, try understand what's her X side of the story. Why was the reason that her relationship and her previous past didn't work out, right? But that's what I think. You have to understand both sides. But let me know if you agree. Do you think that her previous partner might be an indication of red flags? Let me know if you agree. Like, share, subscribe, and all that, guys. Thanks for listening, and peace and blessings.